is so complex, and it's very difficult to like reduce it down to, you know, these very simple thoughts. And so, um, yeah, so I don't think they would think I'm totally off the wall, but
no, I listen, you know that I think you're right. I guess I'm alarmed that there's so much training and people go to school. And as you said, University of Toronto, like great dentistry school, you got your foundation. That's amazing. But there's so many, the things that you discussed that hit home for me that could make such a huge difference are things that are not actually making it into this curriculum. So all the new dentists still coming out in 2022, they don't even consider the things that you and Kelly have been bringing up, whether there's energy flow or understanding that if you have arthritis, you're going to seek help from someone who has a specialty in arthritis and treat that with medicine. You wouldn't think like, oh, that's anything to do with my infected tooth. So I guess, Kelly, just to bring this up to you, you've had quite the career, right? You also have a wide scope. You've explored all these different modalities. So where do you start with someone when they come in? Besides, it depends. Like, where do you even start? Is it with, like Mike said, water and hydration?
Oh, so yeah. First, I ask 1,000 million questions and get their history of how they grew up, you know, what their life was as a child, and what they do for a living and how they take care of themselves, and definitely what they eat and how they exercise. Yeah, I'm looking at all aspects of everything, every part of their life, and I'm putting together a puzzle. I'm putting together like a view of what their life may look like, so that I can really focus on the root of the issue, basically.
So Mike, compared to Kelly, is that what we should be looking for in a dentist too? Because not everyone's in Toronto and can see you. So if they're listening from somewhere else, what are they looking for? Like what Kelly says, someone who's paying attention to me, even if I'm going for acupuncture, that's going to want that wide scope. Is that important in choosing a dentist?
yeah, so I think the ability to listen is really important in your health practitioner. And so I'm guilty of it just as much as everyone else, where I fall into my own old paradigms, or maybe I'm feeling rushed on that one day. But I really try to listen to the patient, because when you as the patient are coming in, you know, you have your history and you have your reflections and you have your needs. And if I'm not going to be open and receptive to that, then I don't know if I'm necessarily doing you a full service. So I think that's, you know, a great starting point. I think, you know, TCM practitioners, dentists, we all kind of have our strengths and our weaknesses, and there's some things that I do well, and there's some things where, you know, I could, you know, probably use more training or refer to someone who has more experience. But I think where I try to focus my energy on is, you know, knowing my limitations, knowing my knowledge, knowing what I can do and what I should be referring on, and trying to support my patient through their health journey. I don't have all the answers. You know, like there are some more controversial questions in dentistry around titanium implants, or the health of root canals, or, you know, poorly healed areas of bone, and how does that impact one's health. And, you know, Health Canada might have a very different view on it than what I'm seeing in my own practice with my patients. And so sometimes these decisions can be difficult, whether it's removing, you know, what appears to be a healthy tooth, or, you know, doing an exploratory surgery in an area where there isn't like a clear diagnosis of what's going on. But sometimes a patient's history can guide you down a path, together with like their needs and their desires, which can actually bring like a lot of success and health. And so, you know, I always try to, like, you know, my foundation is rooted in science. My foundation is rooted in dentistry, and all of the great researchers and progress that has come behind us. But at the same time, I try to remain open and listen to patients, right? So I think that's, you know, super important when you're trying to pick a physician, a practitioner, anyone to support your journey.